All right, let's hop up to the top here and let's go and let's remove all of those blocks. So what we can do is, remember we set up this is being placed and is collecting is equal to true. Now what we need to do is we need to set up the logic in order to make sure that when is collecting is true, we can go and remove the node when we want to have happen here, okay? And in order to do that, let's do a couple things first. We'll say touched node is equal to node at point, and we're going to say that this is the node at touch location. Okay, so we're just going to make it at touch location like that right there. Okay, and what we'll also do is once this touch node is at touch location, we can say collecting node logic. Okay, and we do have this is collecting node logic right down here. So in here, we're going to say if touched node dot name is equal to block 0 name. Okay, if it's equal to block 0 name, then what are we going to do in here? Well, we're going to say that this touched node dot remove from parent, we're going to say score is equal to score plus 1, and then we're going to update the score. Okay. Also want to make sure that you do have two equal signs. So let's take a look at that and let's run it here and let's see if this does indeed work. Okay. So we got our ready, set, 2, 1, go. All right, and we kind of place our blocks here, and there we go. And look at that, it is indeed working. Okay, I kind of like that. Okay, but then obviously once the game's over, it will work here. Now, I'm not quite convinced with the way that we've set up our arc random uniform here. Okay, so instead of adding in a random X and a random Y to the touch location, let's just go and let's randomly put them somewhere. So we're going to say between 500, and the random X will be somewhere like 250 and 500, and the random Y will be between like 500 and 100. Okay, and instead of adding in the random X plus the touch location, let's just add them in the random X and the random Y. Now the reason why I'm going to do this is that I think it's just going to look a little bit better. All right, so let's go and let's just replace that here. And we could probably just go and replace the CG point here. Now, placing it to the touch location isn't necessarily a bad idea. But let's go and let's take a look at this here and just to see if it looks a little bit better. So 3, 2, 1, and then go. Right, so it's just going to add in a bunch of these placing blocks here, kind of all over the place, and then you're going to have to go and select each one of them. I think that looks quite a bit better. Okay, and the only thing about this is that the random X is a bit too much here, so let's bring that down to 450, and let's bring this up to about 300, because remember X is across here, so 450 and 300, and the Y was pretty good. So let's do that one more time. Save it if you haven't already done so, and we'll go ahead and we'll just take a look at this here. 1, go. Okay, and yeah, look at that. It's starting to look pretty good. All right, and then you have to go and try and select as many as you can. Okay. Now, what we're also going to do is, and 450 might even also be too much. So let's do like 370, and let's test that there, because you did see a little bit off of them there. So let's do 370, and we'll just do that here. And of course, what we'll do, all right, and there we go. Okay, so I think we're good to go. Yeah, and let's move that up to 350. Okay, and then what we'll do, and maybe move this up to 200 as well. Okay, all right. So we need to go and add some losing logic in the next tutorial.